Get out of here. That's so annoying. That's what's up. Boom. I'm only wearing this because I'm cold. Hola, Maximiliano. Pues, tú eres el que me comentaste. Me estaba cagando de la risa. Bueno, sí, fuiste tú. Me dijiste que no entiendes inglés, pero que soy hermosa. Me reí tanto. Te lo juro. Yo dije, ay, no manches. Los adoro. No manches. Ay, estoy bien aburrida. I'm so sore. My pole dancing classes get me so sore. Y'all don't even know. Wow. There's 9.4 million watching the Chiefs and the Chargers. Is live gonna be a thing now? I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about today's topic, the golden age. But obviously we have to get a little more of us in here before I start spilling the beans. The beans dip. The dipping of the beans. I'm like a big foodie for chips. I like chips. I had pico de gallo. And I loved it so much. It makes me so happy. Literally chips and salsa. I was always one of those people that would eat the chips and salsa, and by the time the food came, I was full. Oh my goodness. So we also have to talk about like my day-to-day. I totally forgot about that. We need to talk about what happened today. So much to share with you. I'm here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay. So, don't forget to join the family, okay? It's a family. We're a family. So, I went to this workshop today for public speaking. And it's a 2-day workshop. It was like an hour and a half away. I live in Miami. So, thanks for subscribing, 4748. Ray Perry, hi. Yes. Thank you for always supporting us. We have so much love to give, and I hope that eventually all this community and channel just radiates love and transformation, because you guys deserve it. Each and every one of you deserve to be in pure alignment with your authentic self. So, I'm just here to help recalibrate. I try each day to give it my all, to become better skilled, better informed, to be able to help each and every one of you more and more with the capacities that I learn. Like, truthfully, the way I see it is when I work and build on myself, I allow myself to grow and expand consciousness for those around me. So yes, there is this statement someone made today, and you know, I'm not gonna disagree with it because I think that everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not a hater. But they said that you can't change the world. But I think that when you do the inner work, you're changing your inner world. And your inner world is directly reflecting your outer world. So, own your power. Know that you have a whole entire world within you and outside of you. But we already talked about that, right? If you're new, make sure to check out the 120 Breakthrough Series. Honey, 120-day Breakthrough Series. It's a playlist I just started this Monday. I've absolutely loved filming it. Hi, Donnie, how are you, dear? Hi, Brian, welcome. I absolutely love filming and filming long forms. I love filming this type of content. It's so informational. It's clean. It's clear cut. I thought about it and I was like, I could add all this editing or make it some certain type of video. But it's like, what's really valuable is the message and the direction of the message. So I decided to keep it simple. Most of my long forms will be simple. Unless I'm doing like a vlog or I'm doing like an artistic project, then we'll get a little more creative. Follow your heart, hold on to your soul. That is the way I know. Yeah. This whole journey has been all about following my intuition. And it was really interesting. So I went to the event and it's crazy how many people are in the coaching business for self-love and personal development. I was like, oh, there's like so many people who see this. But it was beautiful because we just went over everyone's experiences with public speaking. The host of the event owns a digital marketing agency and a publishing company. So, yeah, and he's worked with people like, I think he said Ty Lopez and Grant Cardone. He's worked with those people. So, I mean, to be honest, because I've thrown myself out here on lives, not to toot my own horn or anything, I feel really comfortable speaking and just directing conversations and channels of communication because I do it so often. I do it with you guys every day. This is why I don't eat McDonald's. And McDonald's is terrible for you. Don't eat McDonald's. So, I mean, I don't really have too strong of an opinion. I think that, I guess the key takeaway was how to find avenues to generate leads for public speaking events. And I have no clue about PR. So I feel like eventually I'll hire someone for PR. Yesterday was fun. Today's so fun. Guys, Don't tell me you're not having the biggest, best time of your life. Today we're going to be talking about the golden age. I hope y'all are excited about talking about the golden age. Because I get it. Sometimes people are afraid of the camera because of how it would bend their image. Some people thrive. I think that's why I work backstage as an assistant, as a sound designer. Wow. I love that. Yeah, I think that it's just every single individual needs to follow their heart and their soul. They need to lead by what provides a sense of fulfillment. So a lot of the work done for healing is the work that the individual does themselves. As someone with knowledge, you can only do so much. You know, the motivation and the action to show up every day is actually what causes change in someone's life. There's two types of mentalities that I believe exist in the state of motivating others. Either you can motivate someone by telling them, okay, you got this, do it, right? So it's like words of affirmation or pushing someone. Or you can lead by example, and I think that's the most powerful form of building with others. You show up, you give it your all, and people have to rise to meet you, or else they fall away. And trust me, I understand. It causes a lot of people to be triggered. I mean, especially right now in my life, because I'm going 50 million miles per hour. I don't know how I do it. Like, how do I post one long form video a day? I don't know. They're only at 8 minutes. But the fact that I'm able to juggle all of this, I'm really proud of myself. Because it's like, I have a strategy. How many people did you trigger? I usually just trigger people who don't show up for themselves, which I understand. I try to be as empathetic as possible because I can never help someone by judging them. And sometimes it's better just not to say anything. I'm a big believer that if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all. What am I talking about? I'm talking about La Vida Dolce. Now we're gonna get talking about the golden age pretty soon. Give it 5-10 minutes and we'll talk about it. Understandable. Yeah, so before I used to go through states of elevation. So I think that when I competed for Miss California, I had reached like a really good place where I felt confident in my skin and just a really good healthy mentality. And just after pageant itself, like I didn't take care of myself, and that's like when I lost that state of, I guess, radiance, because I had gone through a lot of rejection during that period in time. I received a lot of rejection from people I cared about because I was doing something that was not matching the version of them, of me, that they identified me as who I was. So I started receiving a lot of pushback, and it's crazy. And it's something I don't talk about because I feel like it's not the most positive, and I also don't want to speak ill of anyone anymore. I don't want to marinate in my past because my future is so good. Like, the way and the opportunity I have to spend all this time with all of you, it's just amazing. I feel beyond blessed to have the opportunity to come here every single day and work out with you guys. Even though sometimes you guys don't think, "Aww, thank you, Striker Z." That's so cute. Do I know you? Do we know each other? Well, regardless, I appreciate you. So, yeah, something that I've really enjoyed doing this entire time. It's really shaped how I view you are enough. Exactly. We are enough. All of us. We are enough. Isn't that crazy how we have to remind ourselves so frequently that we're enough? This is why I always treat you guys with so much love. And I always tell you guys, I love you. You're probably like, she doesn't even know me. Why is she telling me she loves me? Because, okay, first of all, you're me and I'm you. And we're like one another. And second of all, like, I know there's so many of us that have these things that we're still healing that we don't talk about. I mean, I know I have a few that I'm working on. There's something in my life that happened that was very traumatic for me. It happened about like 5 years ago. And I've told like 10 people, probably 10 close family friends. And all I want to say for now is that it completely debilitated me emotionally, and I felt like I didn't have power in myself, so it caused me to make so many different changes. So I want to be able to provide healing towards the people that experience that same situation I experienced, because I know how painful it was to go through it. So I haven't shone light on it, but it's like a couple things I feel like have deeply affected my life. And for a long period, I always asked myself, like, if I'm such a good person, like, why did I have to experience something like that? Because truthfully, like, I'm not trying to be full of myself, but I've never, like, done anything to hurt anyone. Like, I truly just have love for people. So when that happened, I kind of went on, like, a 2-year depression. And I, like, for the longest time, I didn't understand why that had happened to me. And then it was when I got into pageantry where I kind of told myself the reason why I signed up for pageantry was because I knew that I wanted to make a difference. And at that time, I thought on relying on a platform, but like later on through my journey, I realized that, you know, I am my own platform. Like, my authenticity, my voice is what matters. Everything else is just a collaboration. But I realized that my voice matters. So as I continue to cultivate our community, I will begin to open up more and more and just give back in ways that I have unfortunately connected. I know so many people suffer through these kinds of traumas. And I think that in order for the world to really and truly heal, there has to be those who shine light in a loving manner for very deep, intense, traumatic situations. And it's crazy because here are all of us. We're just like walking around, smiling, and you never know what someone's going through deep down inside. So, always be there for other people. Like if it looks like someone needs someone to talk to, please be there to listen. I remember, I didn't tell you guys this, or did I tell you this? There's this man who came up to me once, and there's like a lot of homeless people in the area, like in certain areas. So he was homeless and he comes up to me, and sometimes like the homeless people are crazy over here, so I try to be very careful. But I'm not sure if he was homeless, but he was struggling for sure. And he needed like $7 to get home, and he was like from a different state. So I was like, do you take Apple Pay? I'm like, what's my freaking problem? Why you take Apple Pay? Of course he doesn't take Apple Pay. So he just started telling me that he was just wanted to go home and he just needed $7. I think he only had $1 or $2. So I started walking around. I was like, okay, well let me go pull like cash. I literally walked like 20-30 minutes. I told myself, I'm not going to leave this man until I give him the money to go home. And just while we're on the way to the bank, because I ended up having to go to the bank after going to like 3 spots, he was just telling me his life. And you know, this is just some average guy, you know, like normal guy. You never know at what point in which you will be in your life. You know, I'm not saying, I 1000% agree that you have full control over your life, and if you stay uplifted and in a positive mentality, you direct that direction. But I think that a lot of people fall towards these, you know, deep, dark cycles, and it just takes them through a downward spiral. So we have to be there for those who lost their way because they had so much pain. Anyways, what was crazy is I was talking to him, and he ended up telling me that he had been asking for an entire week for the $7, and nobody had given to him. My heart just like broke. I'm like, how is it possible? This poor man. So never know how rough someone's situation is. So if you have the heart to be there for others, do it. You will never regret helping someone in need. Done. That's like the biggest donation I wishes and hopes, everything. You have a safe weekend. You are enough. I love you. Your situation's hard right now. Okay, we'll start by watching my series. Start watching the 120-day breakthrough series. We have 5 videos now, so you have enough content to really help change your mental framework. You want a new life, you have to adopt a new mindset. So this is the perfect mental framework book to not only put yourself in a better situation financially, but emotionally, and feel fulfilled. It's all about turning our purpose into prosperity. This book is meant to emotionally stabilize you, to be able to hold the capacity and bandwidth to allow abundance into your life. See, you can't have something you don't allow. And sometimes we redirect money without knowing. And this is to reveal and uncover to you how you're doing that in your daily life without you even knowing. That's why the book is called Date Money, Marry Abundance. Because when you're dating, you know, you're still getting to know each other. You don't even know if it's a fit. You don't know if it's a match. But there's a process. And in order to get to the point of marriage, there has to be, if you're honoring, you know, a proper marriage, there is courtship, right? There's proper forms of courtship that are needed to build a proper foundation, a stabilized future, vision. So that's why the book's broken into 8 chapters. Chapter 1 is all about working with self-sabotaging thoughts, finding out how you are self-sabotaging in your daily life. 2 is healing. So that's when you're facing the difficult, traumatic situations that you don't even know. You know, sometimes people go through traumatic situations. I know I was at the conference today and they were talking about how, you know, one of the speakers said he had his family had been living in cars at one point in his childhood, and he talked about how he thought he was just on vacation. So it's like there's a lot of trauma that individuals go through that they don't even know that it's traumatic because it's been normalized. So this is kind of a way to awaken to you, awaken to yourself, where you need to heal to liberate yourself. Because to become authentic to yourself, it's not about becoming someone new. It's about releasing things that are not true, things that are not who you are. And then from there, we move on to reclaiming your worth. So you have to do a certain level of healing to even be able to reclaim your worth. You know, that's why I set it up in that exact order. Because self-sabotage is essentially when your mind is so concrete. Those are the people that get so upset with me when I say money is just like energy, it's like just thought. It's like everything's just thought, you know? Everything is just a manifestation that's based on your curation of your self-concept and your programs you have running. But there's certain people that get really triggered because they're so deep set in their program, in their mental loop, that anything that triggers malfunction causes like a circuit break. You know, they're like, so that's like the first. But the good thing is that when someone starts arguing with me, it means that they're questioning the perspective. So that's a good thing. But I will say, I will never push my knowledge, my information, my guidance on someone that's not asking for it. Never. Because I believe it's too valuable to share to someone that doesn't see the value. I think there's so many people that are ready to hear my mission, the voice, be a part of a movement, to be even entertaining those who are not. We're here to carve a new path, carve a new future. We're here to enter the golden age. And I'm glad that it's being spoken of now. And I'm here to talk about it, which is intentionally why I chose a gold book cover. So, bye! So, essentially, I mean, I think you've figured by now that I'm a very symbolic person, but I chose gold as my book cover, and it was like raw and vulnerable because it's meant to depict how when you hold yourself vulnerable to your authenticity, that's actually what causes you to shine. Oh, it's time to leave, huh?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
Am I interrupting your life? I didn't mean to. Okay. 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 Okay.
Are you like shy? Do you want to say hi?
I do want to say hi, actually.
Okay.
Hello, internet. Hi, people. Amenities are always closed at 11. But, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too. Okay, I'm gonna get off this then. I didn't even know. I was having so much fun. You heard it here. That's so funny. I was so into it. I was like, somebody was getting up and I was like, what's going on? Ask him if he wants to go upstairs. I just broke my ankle. Oh shit, I hope you're joking. Anyways, let's go back to what I was telling you. I'm still gonna tell you about what I was talking about. So, essentially the book was a portal to the golden age, which is why I put it on Lionsgate. Lionsgate is a portal for manifestation. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to ground. I did it. I succeeded in it. Y'all just don't know yet. We'll see the fruition of it. Just trust. I'm a planter. I'm a gardener. I plant seeds. Tell me what you think about my outfit. He was so cute. He was just like staring at me. So essentially, what's happening, and I didn't think we were game until I found out we're game. There's been kind of a talk about the golden age. Have you guys heard about the golden age? Okay, so we're currently shifting because of the upgrade in our DNA. So there's something called solar flares, and do the investigation on your own, because I'm not the one who has quite looked into all the astrology. If you've heard how so if you've heard how like a lot of people who are really well off look into astrology, it's because our economy is based on the solar cycles. So the solar flares all affect. You gotta be kidding me. Regime control. Give me 1 second and we'll get back on topic. Oh, my stream came back on. Anyways, these people did. So we're ushering in a new era. So it's the era of Aquarius. And we were previously in the era of Pisces. So what we're moving is we're moving into a golden age. And that is essentially, it shifts the way and the paradigm of how the collective consciousness functions. So if you've been noticing how previous systems that were in place have been self-destructing, it's because of the shift. With the digital age and the age of Aquarius, it's all aligning towards the deeper meaning of what Aquarius means overall. So this was something that I looked into probably 3 years ago, and I've been waiting till 2020 to really see the golden age come into fruition, which I was like, yeah, okay, that's gonna happen. Because look, 5 years ago, I talked to people about this kind of stuff, and people like, they looked at me like I was a crazy woman. But people are like finally picking up what I'm putting down. And this is just exciting to me that people are aware how important it is to have self worth and self love. For the longest time, I feel like I would talk about that and people would look at me crazy. And I'm like, no, this is like the core of your being. It's the core of your functionality. If you have self-hatred, you cannot function properly in society. This is why we have so many people who are so bitter, because they haven't done the work on themselves to love themselves. So they're like projecting the entire time. Anyways, I got off track, and I know I wanted to specifically talk about this subject, so I don't want to get off topic. Hi, I'm watching from India. Get on topic then. So, okay. The Golden Age was previously seen as a time of awakening, harmony, prosperity, and truth. And it's when the humanity returns to higher consciousness. It's where love, creativity, and abundance guide life instead of fear, scarcity, and division. So, I didn't even know why. Like, when I wrote this book, I'll be honest, I wrote it on autopilot. I was just so much in pain that I needed to find a creative outlet to let go. And I realized that I had so many people in my surroundings that were purging, and they were purging because there had been so much groundbreaking shift. And I realized that a lot of people were suffering because they didn't have the time or the money to be able to facilitate what they truly wanted to do. And I thought there has to be a way for me to create a framework that aligns people to have the proper mentality to attract abundance. Because at one point I was like, money, it's like a partner, you know? It's like you have to treat it with love. You got to treat it with respect. You know, you can't get anxious every time you think about money. You really can't, because it's like you're pushing it away without even knowing. It's like, how do you push something away that you want? So I realized that there were so many paradigms in place that kept the mentality of humans stuck in lack and fear. And I thought, this is like the proper narrative that really gets people thinking, because it's like we weren't taught how to love ourselves, but we were taught how to love others. And we were taught this is what it means to be in the right marriage with somebody else, right? We are always taught in the Bible, and just in religion in general, we're taught how relationships are meant to be. So it's like, okay, well, the principle can be applied to the self. And when it's applied to the self, that's when you become sovereign. And that's the key. You have to become emotionally sovereign. So if you realize, really get to observe the people that are high functioning, elevated individuals that are operating at a high frequency. Those people are not operating on the same mentality as the people that are doing the 9-to-5s. And I'm not saying that to speak poorly on people that are in the 9-to-5s, but people who are in the 9-to-5s are not in creatorship mode. They are in just a cycle that perpetuates following orders, which is fine, but you're not able to create anything from that place in time. And because of the update in technology, then some of these positions are going to become obsolete, because there's not going to be any need for things that are going to be replaced with robots. So So that's why it's so important than ever for all of us to fully tap into our truth and our awareness. And that's why there's been so much upheaval, and I'm gonna say it's probably gonna get a little worse, but it's gonna get better at the same time. I think it's all about the mindset you decide to adopt, because that's what's gonna quantum leap you into a different timeline. I'm choosing the highest timeline, so anyways, let's continue. So when we're in a golden age, what does that look like? It looks like people valuing authenticity, freedom, emotional intelligence, and aligned prosperity. Do you feel like that's something that you're just all of a sudden deciding to honor more than ever? Well, that's not a coincidence. That's because our vibration as a collective consciousness has shifted towards a higher frequency. So right now, it's like our baseline just raised. So we have to raise to match the baseline, and there's just so much friction because it's something that's so new. So what I say to all of you that feel uncomfortable with what's going on and the direction of what is happening in the world, just know that it's only going to get better. That's all you need to know for now. You just need to try your best. Learn as much as possible about who you are, what your voice is about, what you offer to this world. Truly sit down and digest in whatever way. If you need to talk to AI to just get a reflection, you need to find out who you are. That's the most important thing that I recommend all of you to do now. And you don't need to be at any certain state. You don't have to be rich, poor, or in any class, white, black. It doesn't matter, but you need to figure out who you are. And you never have to stop asking every single day, because that is how you grow. You need to become fully aware. You need to accept the areas where you can grow and hold space and love towards it, because we all have our challenges. None of us are perfect. But in this time and space, while we shift as a collective consciousness, the greatest favor that you can do to all of us is to learn what your greatest skill set is, because essentially that's what we're moving into. We're moving into a state in society where we're going to be vibrating at a state of authenticity, freedom, emotional intelligence, and prosperity. So let's continue. I feel like such a deja vu moment. Such a deja vu moment. It's incredible, because I don't even feel like I'm the person I was a month ago. And this is all changed by implementing everything that I wrote about in my book. You know, for the longest time, I think what's made the greatest difference in my glow up was I knew so much, but then I hadn't consolidated it and put it down. So when you put something down to paper, it's like you're able to ground something. And when you're able to reference something as a stabilizer, as a center, then it keeps you stable in the rough days. So that's why I created the book, because, and just this channel in general, it's to bring realignment, to bring hope, because I know that for the longest time, I had these mindsets I had adopted from just my environment and previous programming that brought me into being unproductive. So anytime you feel like you're super lethargic, you're unproductive, like you have this mental space, it's because of just programming that's not truly who you are. But I know that I've always wanted more from life. I've always been a dreamer. I've always been, this is why I love personal development in general, because I love talking about growth. I love talking about how when you honor who you are, that opens the entire world to you. And I love being there for others. I love people and connecting with all of you each and every day makes me realize that I'm where I should be. I know for a good amount of time, I had a lot of like painful situations with people, but then, you know, that's when you realize that why does your mentality get adopted for certain areas of your life and then it doesn't apply for others. So I started applying it to my friendships and my relationships, and then I realized that I had to let go of certain people in my life. And there was someone very important that I recently let go of that was really painful to let go of. This person had truly had a strong influence in my life for a long time. And I will say that finally, you know, creating some distance, some healthy distance, I've been allowed to follow my intuition, and it's made a world of a difference. Sometimes we love people so much, but those very people are holding us back from what we have as a gift to give to the world. You are my abundance. I didn't know any of these things were possible until I found you. I found you. I was looking in all the wrong places, but the other day, God led me to you. Yes, God leads us. We're all guiding each other home. And I'm honored to be able to hold space for all of you. You know what I realized? I haven't even said anything about the top fans. And I got so lost in the sauce. Let's finish up talking about the golden age, and then I'll read off the top fans. And yeah. And hopefully I have more information tomorrow, like more of a concrete opinion of what I thought about the public speaking conference. That was so cute. The guy got so nervous. I was like getting flashes. He's such a cute, he showed me his monkey tattoo yesterday. Or was it yesterday? Or was it the day before yesterday? I don't know. Really sweet guy. So, dating. So, oh, hi Brian. How are you, my love? We're talking about how date money, marry abundance applies to the golden age. So essentially I mentioned how the dating portion of this book is meant to build acknowledgement, how partnerships should be based in truth, healing, and aligned vision. And that's how strong families and community structures are built. That's the premise of the date portion in Date Money, Marry Abundance. Money is reference when we're shifting people from a mentality of scarcity and stress and looking at money in a different reflection. So we look at it as purpose, freedom, circulation. Sent one. Aw, Brian, these are so cute. Thank you. The marriage is a symbolic union towards yourself, its expansion. It teaches empowerment in relationships, and it focuses on uplifting. So when these four are aligned, There is peace, health, connection, opportunities, and joy. This is the essence of the golden age. So it's a good foundational book to hold the premise for a golden age consciousness. I think about going on people's podcasts and then speaking on stage, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna do that. And then I think about it and I'm like, well, I come alive, but I get like the biggest identity crisis. I'm like, so, but I've talked in front of people before, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm constantly speaking. Much love. I love you all. So let's read the top fans before I forget, because I've been skipping out. So Striker Z7 is number 1. Hello, Brian. You're number 2, Brian. Brian's our best member. Right, Brian? He's awesome. So we have Chris Galster-Berry in 3rd. We have Thug Angel 93. Guys, can you believe 90s babies? We're already in our 30s. Like, I'm gonna be 30 next year. Stacy Jerry Bryson 29 is number 5. Hello, Stacy. Get ready with me. TZ5Z is number 6. Hi. Maximiliano WAD number 7. Hello, Maximiliano. Felipe Tixiera 4189. Hola, Felipe. I see you. Felipe is always on here. I love you, Felipe. Thank you for always tuning in. Felipe, gracias por siempre estando aquí. Lo quiero mucho. Ismael Alvarez Lima. Hi. Daniel Weir 1809. Hello, Fugan Hacks G. Fugan. We have Amit Mina B4M. Hello, Amit. Steven Huerta, 6102. Hi, Steven. Jose Sanchez. Hello, Sanchez. Daryl 336. What's up, Daryl? Oi, 6271. Hello. Inferno SEG. What's up? Aiden D660. Hi. Samuel Cardins, 7539. Hi. Candice Willie 4774. Hello. Duracell 4, wow, we got some nice abs on here. Fate Onate 7847. You're gonna make me faint with those abs. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna me voy a tapar los ojos. Translucent 4, what's up? KTS9T, hola. Hola, hermosa. Zach Video 8693. Oh, my love, Zach. I just love how much you've been opening up, and I can see that you're growing so much. So proud of you. Gamerboy 87 4V. What's up, Gamerboy? Will Flamenquista from Brazil. I love my people from Brazil. There's so many of you from Brazil. Eu não falo português. Eu não falo português. I said it with the accent. Eu não falo português. Eu não falo português. Okay, so Rafkata 4086. Hello. Arshad Khan IQ 2EY. Hello. Dennis Mickey P4J. Hi. Saint Rage 767. Ooh, I love the dog. I love dogs. Paul RT8TO. But I think I like cats now more. I don't know. I just love animals. We have Sigma Boy 61. Lawson Hembre 9013, what's up? Devil Fires 12, what's up? Mine Row Zo. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. What are you guys doing on Friday night? That's what I want to know. Ami Strong, Duraza, what's up? Miss Wakel Breaker, hello. Robert Olal, 45. Capo Sheep, 9889. Deluxe Universe 333, hey, hey, hey. Evan Green, 1432. Ronald Azúcar. Zontrell Gibbs, 9F, what's up? And World Chet. See. I'm over here with my wife and kids. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, hi family. Am I part of the family? I love, you guys tell me I'm part of group chats now. Oh my gosh, please don't tell me I'm at the stage where you guys screenshot videos or like angles of me like making weird faces like send it to each other. I make this is like my flaw, but it's also like I think it's what makes me cute. I make the weirdest faces and sometimes I can't help it, and sometimes it gets me in a pickle because like I'm a little too expressive. Where am I from? Okay. My skincare game is on fleek. Where's everyone tuning in from tonight? I always like to know where you guys are tuning in from. I know like probably 50% of you are from the States. Eu también now follow. Y'all are making fun of me because I don't speak Portuguese. I'm definitely on love your vibe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, did I really just say that? Oops, I just really said that. Ooh. I said it. I went there. But okay, literally, I'm so excited about the golden age because I thought it was just a figment of my imagination, and seeing this stuff being rolled out and seeing 5D consciousness really be a thing now gets me so excited. I'm like, dude, I've been pumped for 5 years. I've been waiting for people to talk about like 5D. I'm here yelling. Do you watch movies? No. I stopped watching. I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. I don't play video games. Like, I don't do anything. The only thing that I do is I listen to music. So I know like a lot of music, it's not that good for you. I mean, this is why I want to get into the music industry, to put out music that helps people heal and elevates them into that abundance mindset mentality. I guess it's more like self-love stuff out there. And like, if we're gonna talk about love, let's make it the right way. Let's talk about like, I don't know how old you are, but being 40 is the new 20s. Well, I'm still in my 20s, so the 20s is my new 20s. Hello, Reina Love. Hi. Hi. I love you. You love me. Guys, can we believe? I don't even know how many we are. Let's check. My tummy's been hurting lately. I don't know why. I don't know what I've been eating. Oh my gosh. Ah! I don't know what I've been eating. I've been eating something that's not stabilizing my stomach. Whoa. We didn't just do everything exists already here. You're being fooled by big marketing people. It is all inside of you. All dimensions are inside of you. I will completely agree with you on that. The 1D, the 2D, the 3D, the 4D, the 5D, the 6D, the 7D, the 8D. But I guess the exciting part is that I'm at a mental framework where I've tapped into the quantum field. Whoa. Okay, wait, hold on. My video's in Espanol. Guys, I can't believe we're already at 13,000 subs. This blows my mind. We're like powerful. And I don't see us stopping. Like, I'm just gonna keep showing up every day, forever. I feel like this has definitely been soothing for my soul. Why am I not responding? What did you ask? Okay, look, I completely agree with this. So I went to the conference I was at today. The gentleman was talking about how he doesn't like to answer questions mid-speech because you get off topic. So I get so excited. Why aren't you sleepy? Down. The real Sim Shady, please stand up. Do you want me to go to sleep? Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna go to sleep just because you guys told me to go to sleep. No, I really have to go to sleep because I have to wake up really early. I was like, I woke up probably 5:30 in the morning because I thought I was gonna film my long form content in the morning. I didn't. I ended up filming it like at 6. 2 hours and a half for like an 8-minute video, which honestly isn't bad because there's some people who put 12 hours into like a 1-minute video, which, okay, that's like a full production. Don't like, not comparing obviously, but I'm like, that's not bad. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow in the morning. I have to hang out with a friend. I told him, he lives in West Palm, and he invited me to hang out. I haven't seen this guy in like a month, nah, 2-3 months. So yeah, but he's just a friend. He's just my friend. You'll take me to infinity. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Bye, sleep time.